Take a look at this pie chart. It shows a public health survey where only 20% of a community attended a free blood pressure screening camp. The survey tells us exactly how many people stayed away, but it fails to explain why. Focus group discussions uncover those underlying reasons. As this network map illustrates, the process relies on peer-to-peer interaction. A moderator guides 6 to 12 people as they share ideas, react to each other, and build on shared experiences. The method has a proven track record. In the 1940s, sociologist Robert K. Merton developed it to evaluate responses to World War II propaganda. From there, it was adopted by market researchers to understand consumer habits, and eventually became a staple in modern public health research. There is a strict rule for applying this tool. Focus groups are highly effective for exploring shared motivations, like why a neighborhood avoids a health clinic. But if your topic is deeply personal, stigmatized, or highly sensitive, the group dynamic will cause people to self-censor. In those cases, you need one-on-one interviews. To run a successful session, we first need a precise objective. For our blood pressure camp scenario, our goal is to uncover the specific logistical or cultural barriers preventing attendance. Next, we use purposive sampling to recruit participants. Watch how this diverse grid filters down to a specific, uniform group. We want a homogeneous circle of 6 to 12 people, perhaps all daily wage workers from the same neighborhood. Shared characteristics make participants feel comfortable enough to open up. During the session, you need 2 distinct roles. The moderator guides the conversation flow and keeps the group on track. A dedicated note-taker manages the audio equipment and observes nonverbal cues, like body language, that the recording might miss. This combination of precise objective setting and purposive sampling establishes psychological safety. When people feel secure with their peers, they provide honest, actionable data. Once the discussion starts, the moderator has to manage different personalities. The 2 most common challenges are the dominator, who talks over everyone, and the quiet one, who hesitates to speak at all. Think about how you would handle the dominator. How do you stop them from taking over without causing a confrontation? The most effective technique is the neutral redirect. You acknowledge their contribution politely, then immediately pivot the question to the rest of the room. You might say, "That's a helpful perspective. Let's hear what someone else thinks about this." For the quiet one, you use a direct, gentle invitation. Call them by name and ask for their specific experience related to the current topic to draw them into the conversation. Managing these dynamics is a strict methodological requirement. If one person dominates or others hide their opinions, you end up with skewed data and groupthink instead of an accurate picture of the community. Here is a flowchart showing how we process the raw data. After the session, hours of audio recordings are transcribed into verbatim text documents. Researchers then read through these transcripts multiple times to familiarize themselves with the conversations. Next comes coding. Researchers go through the text and highlight specific phrases that capture key ideas. Complaints about a loss of daily wages might get a yellow highlight, while mentions of no transport get a blue highlight. Those individual codes are then grouped into broader categories called themes. In this case, the yellow and blue highlights combine to form a major theme we can call economic and access barriers. This structured pipeline of transcribing, coding, and extracting themes ensures the conclusions are grounded in evidence. It separates rigorous qualitative analysis from simply having a casual chat with community members. This chart plots new insights discovered against the total number of focus groups conducted. Notice how the line rises sharply and then flattens out. That flat line represents data saturation, the point where running more focus groups stops generating new information. To ensure the findings are valid, researchers use a few standard checks. They use reflexivity to monitor their own biases, triangulation to cross-check their themes against quantitative surveys, and an audit trail to document every step of their analysis. These intimidating academic terms are simply standardized quality control checks. They ensure the final qualitative data is objective, reliable, and trustworthy. Let's look at this table to weigh the method. The advantages of focus groups are clear. They generate rich, contextual data in the community's own language and surface unexpected perspectives that researchers hadn't considered. On the limitation side, researchers must manage the pressure to conform to group opinions, limited privacy for participants, and the fact that a small sample size makes it impossible to statistically generalize these findings to an entire population. Ultimately, it comes down to pairing the right tool with the right question. Quantitative surveys tell us how many people do something, but to understand how and why they do it, we need to hear them talk to each other.